Welcome back, fish lovers. I'm JR from JR Aquariums, and today we're doing our first live stream. But if you're a Spanish speaker, go ahead and go to our Facebook page, JR Aquarium, because we will be also doing a live stream in Spanish. So that way, you want to have a good information in your own language, just go to Facebook and we will do a live stream there as well. But also on YouTube, we want to keep doing Spanish and English video. So today I'm really excited because it's my first live stream here in the channel. So if you're watching the replay, also don't forget to subscribe if you're new in the channel. Like, we pretty much focus in aquatic species. We're starting with freshwater right now, but our goal is to also talk about salt water, talk about freshwater, even brackish water. And I mentioned brackish water because, for example, myself, I own a diamondback terrapin turtle, and they are a brackish water turtle. So that's why I would like to share some brackish water experience with you guys. But in this live stream, we're going to be talking about who we are, like JR Aquarium. How do we start it? I'm going to talk about myself as well. How do I start? And we also want to talk about trims. So if you're watching the replay, or even if you're watching this live stream first time, please stay all the way into the end, because we're gonna be talking about a lot of interesting stuff. So I decided to do this live stream first, talking about who we are, because I'll be putting out a lot of videos, but I never pretty much talk about us as JR Aquarium. So I made this channel because first, I love the hobby of keeping fish and all aquatic species, and I started 15 years ago. So I started when I was 15 years. Currently I'm 29, about to be 30. That's how I started in this hobby. Pretty much I start with plastic bin, those where you put the clothes. That's how I start in the hobby. Then a few months later, I talked with my mom and I said, "Hey, mom, I wanna get a fish tank, like something bigger." And my very own officially fish tank when I was 15 years old, it was 29 gallon. And that's when I started making a lot of mistakes in the fish hobby. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate. When we start in the hobby, sadly kill a lot of fish because lack of knowledge. And that's why I start this channel. My goal is to put out knowledge, information, so you guys don't make the mistakes I made, or everybody who started in the hobby did once. Because it's a beautiful hobby, it's really relaxing hobby, but it could be really frustrating when a lot of problems start in the tank, when then you cannot figure out what's going on, why I have algae, why my water is cloudy, why my fish are dying. All those stuff get overwhelming over the time, and my goal is to target those topics and bring knowledge with my experience and also research. All right, talking a little bit more about me. How I said, I started when I was 15 years old. That was my first officially fish tank. I'm from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. When I was 22 years old, I moved to the United States because I joined the military. Currently I'm in the U.S. Army. So from Puerto Rico, I went to Texas. That was my first duty station as a U.S. Army. Over there, I spent 4 years, and as a fish hobby, as a fish lover, also I get a few tanks. My first tank that I bought, it was a 55 gallon. It was for me it was huge, because remember, I came from Puerto Rico, starting with a 29 gallon compared to a 55 gallon. It's a huge difference. You can tell like the difference about 29 from a 55 gallon. And for first time, I start keeping angelfish, which is one of my favorite fish. And also I discovered what it was, the clown loaches, and also the dojo loaches. I love those lodges because they are super fun. They are awesome to keep, and that's how pretty much I got into the lodges. Anyway, talking a little bit about myself. So then from Texas, I got to move to Virginia. In Virginia, um, somebody offered me a 75-gallon fish tank, and I cannot reject the offer. I also bought a 75-gallon fish tank uh, over there, and in that tank is when actually start getting more fish, more expensive fish. I bought the elephant nose fish. I'm gonna talking about later. I'm gonna do like a care guide about those. Sadly, um, they died. There was like wasn't that hardy at all. My water was good, but still they might was sick, but they died. Then I moved into the black ghost knife fish. Also, I killed that one too in a water change. I forgot to put um, the cold stress, to remove the chlorine, and I kill it as well. So sadly, that was one of the fancy fish I start. So I got a little frustrated for a minute. Then I was like, no, I'm gonna keep playing the hobby, and I start again with more angelfish. I got some giant danios. I also got some plecos, and at one time I was having two tanks at the same. It was the 25 gallon and a 55 gallons. And also then I got me another 10 gallon. What I did for crabs, I was keeping some crabs in there. I was like it wasn't top off all the way the 10 gallon. It was like halfway, so that way have like a way to them get out of the water, and crabs needs to get out of the water as well. But eventually I get rid of the crabs, and have me have been in the army. Then we got orders, and I have to move again. And this is where currently I am. I am in Washington State over here, and luckily for me, something that I didn't know. They have here aquarium co-op that I'll be following them for a while. If you guys know about aquarium co-ops, I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty familiar. And I'm planning soon to go visit them, go to their free store, and try to see if I can get an interview with Corey from Aquarium Co-op. So let's see. Anyway, so that was a little bit about me, my journey with the fish, how I came, from Puerto Rico, joined the army, and keep moving states till the point I'm now. I'm here in Washington State. Now, let's talk about who are we as a JR Aquarium. I say we because I include my wife in this, because she will be helping me in this process and making all the content that I do, care guides. There you go. Pretty much everything. She's supportive. I even have one video in Spanish that she's the one who's giving that information. So this channel and all these JR Aquarium projects start with both of us, me and my wife. You will see me mainly because I'm the most knowledgeable about fish and who really are in the hobby. But you will see her more often. My goal is to have her also in all my projects and record more videos with her on it. So stay tuned, that's coming up. But as of right now, it's us two. I have a lot of projects that I will mention it right now because I'm really excited. And you will see in the future on the projects that I have and how I want to grow this channel and JR Aquarium as a brand itself. That's my plan. But that's what we are. What is our main focus and what we really care about in JR Aquarium? At least for me, my goal is to bring content, information. I'm not worried about views. I'm not worried about nothing else. I'm worried about content, and bringing the best information for you guys. So that's our main goal. Obviously, we want to grow. We want views, so that way more people could be informed about what we do. But my goal is content, bringing the best that we can. Hey, hello there. I want to say hi to Sean. Hi, Sean. I'm sorry, I see your comment. I don't know how long you coming ago, but I want to say hi to Sean. Nice to meet you from South Africa. So, like I said, our goal is to pretty much bring content. That's all we care about. We don't care about views. We don't care about uh, B2B. We don't care about selling products. Nothing like that. We have our own products that we start developing, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to people get knowledge. What I keep saying, knowledge and content, I keep repeating myself because this is really important. Because we want to bring people to the hobby, and one of the things that people from don't stay in the hobby is because they have a bad experience. Like they buy some fish, they got really excited, and then because lack of knowledge, the fish die, and then they are really sad. Oh no, never mind. This fish keeping is not for me. When it's really not that hard. It's just about knowledge. That's why I'm pretty big in knowledge and content. But anyway, moving on. So that's was our goal. So you guys know more about um, JR Aquarium and pretty much our focus. Now, I want to talk a little bit about trims. You know, trims is one of the new things in the hobby. I say new things; it's not new. It's been for a while, but people used to be known as a fish keeper because they keep fish. Now, um, it's really popular the nano tanks, which mean like smaller fish tanks with trims. So I think even I experienced it myself with the I did one of my first videos. It was about ghost shrimps. Currently, that's the most viewed um, video that I have in my channel. You can go and check it out because shrimps are not that hard to keep, but at the same time they're a little bit tricky. So I'm gonna put here as a background. Um, Here we go. Let me wait for the thing go. So um, the trims are really popular nowadays because the nano tank. Why? Because one of the things is with a nano tank you have a lot of room to place more tanks, and you can do way more. You can do better if you have more space because you can keep more species. You can keep more stuff. But one thing about nano tanks that is really hard is to keep the water parameters. All of like even me, I failed a few times trying to keep um, shrimps because small water in nano tanks is really hard to keep the water parameters. So one of the things that I have more, how I say it, it works better for me. Definitely, it was hard water. Like when we start talking about water parameters and stuff like that, hard water, what even hard water means. I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna have another video breaking down more in depth for like, about chemistry. But if you don't know anything about water parameters and you don't know anything about what is hard water, just keep it this simple. Hard water means that the water itself have minerals. Minerals, and one of the most important them is calcium. Why calcium is so important for shrimps? Because calcium helps them to molt. Molt means that when they pretty much uh, change body. Just see it this way. When you see sometimes somebody freak out, oh no, my fish died, or I mean my shrimp died. I see the body, and it's not even his body. It's that he molt down. Like snakes and some reptiles, like they skin off. They do the same. So calcium is really important for shrimps because they need them for be able to molt. When they molt or they molting, that's how they grow. If they're not molting and if they're not getting that calcium, they won't grow and eventually die. Talking about die, you guys see here in the video, um, shrimps doesn't have, especially ghost shrimps, they don't have a big lifespan. They don't last that long. That's why it's really important if you want to keep longevity with shrimps in your tank, you need to breed them. Like it's a must. Eventually, after 1 to 2 years, if you're not breeding them, you're not reproduce them, you're gonna end up with no shrimps in your tank. But breeding them could be tricky. What is best for breeding them? The best thing you can do is have a separate tank. But we're gonna talk about breeding in a minute. Let's keep talking about water parameters. So, talking about water hardiness again, I already break down what is calcium and why it's so important. Another thing they need to have is those minerals and magnesium. All those components or those chemicals in the water are really important, not only for shrimps, also for fish. That's why I love to keep all my fish, regardless if there's no, you cannot keep this fish in hard water. I keep all of them in hard water because it helps them with the fin growth, scales, even the bones. So everything, like really helps out. Obviously, are some fish that you cannot keep in a some stream hard water, but as long as for like 7, or you don't go anything super hardy like you're trying to keep with African cichlids, your fish are gonna be fine. I promise you. Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free, or you want to say hi, hello, feel free to leave a comment and say hi. I will give you a shout out, like Sean right there from Africa. Thank you to be here. I'm really happy you guys are here in our first live stream, and if you're watching the replay, I'm also happy that you're watching the replay of our first live stream. Alright, talking about water, I'm gonna move on to the next topic. So I say I have better luck. I'm not saying this is how it needs to be. I'm talking about what works for me. So let's go now over feeding. Feeding is another part and another important topic why the shrimps die. Because some people forget about giving them food and they think all they feed off is algae. Yes, they do feed off of algae, but once they eat all the algae, what they have left to eat? Nothing, right? Because they eat it all. And especially you have snails or you have other types of fish that might also eat like a pleco or like a otos or other type of fish or loach that eat algae. It's not going to be nothing left for them, right? So that's why it's really crucial you feed them, or you overfeed. When I'm talking about overfeed, for example, if you are giving flakes to your shrimps, you also for your fish, you also put a little bit extra so some of those flakes fall down and they be able to eat it. So it's really important you feed them. If you want to play safe, what I really recommend you, just go ahead and buy some algae wafers, the ones you for the plecos, the little rounded green pills. Those are great. Some shrimps, they don't love it. I have experienced before that they don't really love them. They eat it, but they don't love them, but they still eat it. But still better than nothing. I promise you, when they're really hungry and it's nothing left, they will eat it. For me, I play safe and I always give them at least the algae wafers because it really works for me and they end up eating it. And sometimes even my snails go ahead and munch on it. So remember, feeding. What you can give to your shrimps, anything. They're omnivores. They can eat plants and animals. Like they eat anything. It's a dead fish that you cannot find. Maybe something like a tiny fish. Sometimes their ghost shrimps or your shrimps grab them, drag them into the decoration, and they eat them. So like they eat everything and anything. But make sure they have a food source, because if not, they will die. They will pretty much starve to death. All right. So we have covered water parameters. I didn't talk about pH, anything like that, because it depends what type of shrimp we're talking. We're talking about general. Just with pH, play safe, and just keep it in a middle, like a 7 pH. That works for almost everything. And if your fish are fine and your shrimps, don't even worry about water chemistry. Keep doing what you're doing. If you don't have a disaster, you don't have fish dying, and they look happy, don't even go too in depth into what we call water parameters or water chemistry, because sometimes trying us to fix or to do some change into the water, we end up killing fish and shrimps. So if everything's fine, don't even worry about it. If you guys have any question about shrimps, you can go to the comments, even if the replay. Go ahead and type your questions. I will try to answer it with the best of my knowledge. All right, moving on. We talk about water parameters. We talk about feeding. Let's go over now something really important, which is tank mates. In my Ghost Stream video and my few videos, one of the most commonly or frequent question asked is what I can keep with my shrimps, or what are the tank mates. So for this is me, like what I do. I like to use this, and I'm sorry I'll be repeating myself, but you always have somebody saying no, this is not how you do it. I do this. That's why when I talk about or give any advice, I'm talking about my experience and what it works for me. So anyway, for tank mates, always keep them with small fish, nothing that fit their mouth. Don't put cichlids. Don't put anything that is known as a nipper. You know, nipper. They're like those fish who like to bite everything and taste everything. And the number one rule, just nothing big. You can keep tetras, almost all tetras. No bars, please. Don't do bars. So go by, these are aggressive fish, community fish, tropical fish. And also, okay, this is a tropical fish, it's a community fish, but it grows too big. You know, like don't put like a gourami. Don't put nothing that big, because you're gonna end up having a disaster. Excuse me. Because maybe don't eat your big or adult size shrimps, but if you're trying to breed them, they can eat the fry of the shrimps, and then you end up with no longevity. That's why I recommend neon tetras. You can keep them with plecos. Plecos are pretty friendly. They only mind their own stuff. You can keep them also with Harlequin Rasboras. That's one of my favorite for any nano tank. Don't even think about it. Rasboras are one of the number one choice to keep in nano tanks. But like I said many times, if you're trying to breed, just keep them by themselves. You know, if you got the luxury to have a secondary tank, just have another 10 gallon for breeding shrimps, and then when you have adult size shrimps, you can move those into your main tank or your bigger tank that you're trying to have them. Because like I said, it's really hard to breed shrimps with fish on it. Yes, it's possible if there are peaceful fish or middle swimmers fish. It is possible, but it's really hard to keep fish with shrimps for breeding. You know, once you have adult size, yeah, 100%. As long as don't fit in their mouth, you can keep them. Also, shrimps are very peacefully. They won't bother your fish. So if you really are into some shrimps, like, oh, I would like to have some shrimps, but I'm afraid they will bother my fish, don't worry about it. Worry more about your fish bothering your shrimps, because shrimps are very peaceful. Cherry shrimps, ghost shrimps, almost every shrimps, they are very peaceful. Now, I'm sorry, I'm losing here my voice. Now, anything try of crawfish, they are not peaceful. So that's why I'm talking about shrimps. If you're trying to get those tiny electric lobsters or any kind of crawfish, those are not peacefully. But ghost shrimps and shrimps, cherry shrimps, all the fancy shrimps, they are peacefully. So we went over water parameters, we went over feeding, we went over about tank mates. Let's talk about tank size. I highly recommend a minimum of 10 gallons. I always say this, and I say this in my videos. For small fish and shrimps and everything small, I always recommend with a 10 gallon. Why? First, 10 gallons are cheaper. You know, they're cheap. If you're gonna buy for a few bucks less a 5-gallon tank, which is much smaller on size, you already, like setting yourself, setting up yourself, because if those shrimps breed, or your fish, for example, you have guppies and they breed, then you need to find another tank and you're gonna end up spending more money because you need to buy something bigger instead of starting with a 10 gallon. So if they breed and or they have babies, you don't need to worry about it, they already breed there. I want to say hi to Bean Nugget. Hi, hello, thank you for being here. If you have any question about shrimps, let me know. Thank you for being here. So I was saying, tank size, might as well start with a 10 gallon. Why you gonna waste your money in a 5 gallon unless you want exclusively for like a nano tank to like have it with shrimps? But if you're planning to have fish and shrimps, all of them together, go ahead and buy you a 10 gallon minimum. But how we always say, bigger is better. Definitely. Hey, nice to meet you. Say hi, I'm from London. Wow, nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. See, you even having people watching us from London. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, keep talking about tank size. But if you really want to breed them and have a ton of them, and even maybe try to get some money of it, get a 20 gallon. 20 long is perfect. 20 long is perfect for shrimp. 20 long is perfect for shrimp. And I really experienced it myself. You buy yourself 10 shrimps and you put them in a 20 long with planted few plants on it. I promise you, you have like almost a 90% of success of breeding your shrimps. 20 long, they have the room, and you will have some hiding place for your fries. And like I said, if you're trying to just have one breeding colony and then you want to get a main tank, you can do that. Just have your main tank. Once you have a few adults, move those adults and just keep the fry in the 20 long or the 10 gallon. And once they grow and they breed, you keep moving. That way you have shrimps for yourself, a supply. And if you have too many, you have way too many, you can find a local fish store and try to sell them, or get in a fish club and you can bring them there, or even give them away. Or if you have another predator fish, you can feed them with that. Like for me, I was trying to breed shrimps because I have a diamondback terrapin turtle. I'm trying to keep him. It's a male. I'm sorry, you. It's a male. Trying to keep him healthy, giving the best food quality. What best than something like shrimp, for turtles? So you even have yourself there some free food for your turtles or your predator fish, pretty much. So, anyways, now let's go over. We already got knocked down the tank size. Let's talk about breeding. We talk about breeding in all the other topics. Let me answer this real quick. Alright, so breeding. Shrimps, you need a male and a female. You need a male and a female for be able to breed them. They're not like snails with, they breed by themselves, especially pond snails. Like they are asexual. That's how I think that's the right word. I'm sorry, it's not the right word. But they pretty much can be able to breed themselves. But shrimps, that's not the case. Shrimps, you need a male and a female. The hard part of this is sometimes it's really hard to identify males from females just by normal sight, just looking at them. Unless the female have eggs that you'll be able to actually see the eggs on the female shrimp's belly, it's really hard to tell if it's a male or a female. That's why I always recommend get you a colony, get you 5, 6, 7 15, 20, whatever you can afford. If, for example, if you're doing Gulf Stream, go ahead 15 to 20. Gulf Streams are cheap. They just worth a few cents. I mean, I don't know your country, where you're from, but if you're watching me from the States or from Puerto Rico, they are decently cheap. If anybody from London or from South Africa can let me know what's the price in their country, or if you're watching the replay, go ahead and comment how much is the average cost for a Gulf Stream in your country. I'm really interested in to know how much is a Gulf Stream, because at least in United States they are cheap. So let's say you can afford get 15 or 20, your male to female ratio, it will be pretty good. So you will have a really high chance of breeding them. Another thing is water quality. When you breed in shrimps, keep your water hard as possible. When I mean hard water, like I've mentioned this many times, because I think this is the key of the success, at least for me. For me, this works 100%. I was having real hard time breeding shrimps until I start doing this, and I will chip into in a minute. So pretty much hard water, calcium in your water. Add calcium. You can add calcium by getting the little stuff they sell in the store. We also sell calcium. We have the JR Aquarium calcium. That also we have the links. We have our own website. So get some calcium. Calcium is really important for shrimps to molt, for to grow, and to breed. They need calcium. The same with snails. You know, if you have snails and you see cracks in their shells and stuff like that, that means lack of calcium. Calcium never hurts your water. You know, it might hurt your fish tank, because when it evaporates and it's dry, you might see the white line in your fish tank when you're doing the water change, or when you see, oh, I need to have some water, because I'll be able to see the calcium and all the minerals evaporate. But they need it for breeding. Remember, they need it for molt itself. They need it for produce the eggs, and they need a lot of calcium. So calcium is the key for being able to breed shrimps. So once you have the water with plenty of calcium and what I call hard water, you know, with all the minerals. Next thing is temperature. Temperature is also really important. Most shrimps, yeah, you can have them in cold water, but if you raise that temperature to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm not talking about Celsius, 82 degrees Fahrenheit, you can do the conversion. I cannot remember on top of my head what is 82 degrees in Celsius. If somebody can help me out, please put it in the comments also. But they breed, or they have higher rate of breeding when you have a higher temperature. Why? Because when you have your temperature, your water hotter, they think it's about those months when they breed. Like salmon have their own like season for them to breathe and go up to the river and then go back to the sea. The same are for shrimps. They breathe more, or they breed more when it's hotter outside. We're talking about when they're in the wild, they breed more in the warmer month, and then on the colder months they just try to stay alive, don't do too much movement, and because they don't want to burn energy. So the next thing, talking about energy and talking about getting the water higher temperature, you also need to feed more, because when you raise the temperature, their metabolism gonna get faster, they're gonna eat more, they're gonna breathe more. But the only bad news about this, they die faster as well. But if you're breeding them and you have hundreds of them, this won't hurt. It's not like you're gonna raise the water and they're gonna die in 15 minutes. No, it's gonna take a while for them to die, obviously, like a few months, but they will die faster than they normally do in lower temperature. Remember, this is just for breeding. We're talking about breeding and how we can speed up the breeding. What are the benefits of breeding shrimps? Breeding shrimps is like I said, awesome. First of all, just to have the spirit, experience us as a, you know, fish keepers, as a hobbyers, whatever you want to call it, fish nerds. I like that word. It's nothing more exciting than have little babies or have fry in your tank. Imagine that you are able to breed shrimps and you have now a food source for your shrimps. I mean, food source for your fish, turtles, something like that. Or you can go ahead and sell them. You can go to your fish store and hey, I have hundreds of shrimps. Can you please take some? Some local fish store they might give you some credit, store credit. Some of them they might be able to give you some money, but hey, you still just have them. You know, you pay for them anyways, and now you have a bunch of them. Why you can go ahead and sell them? So this is another advantage of breeding them. And like I said, if you have any predator fish or bigger fish, free food right there, free healthy food. Nothing better than trim from them. All right, moving on, I'm gonna go back and talk a little bit more about JR Aquarium itself. You know, I'm gonna take a break on the shrimps topic, and one of their or inspirations for make and start this channel, at least for me, it was Aquarium Co-op. You know, Corey from Aquarium Co-op. I learned so much from him, and I can wait to meet him one day. That's one of my actually wish that I would love to do. We will see, but it's just about how much he care about the hobby and how passionate he is. That's the same way I feel, and the same way I want to um, transmit it to you guys. I want you guys to see that the main reason that I do this, that I do all this video, all this content, is because I love fish, and they are, you know, like how I say, for me they help me a lot. Like fish is for me really very relaxing. It give me a lot of opportunities to like meet people, work with people. So this is an awesome hobby. If you are thinking about to start again, if you quit or you was thinking about quitting, don't quit on this hobby. Just give it a chance, try it again, get some information, and keep it going. Now, I would like to you guys go ahead and throw me any question. If you guys want to ask me something, go ahead, and I will answer with the best of my ability. And the same if you're watching the replay, and it's already this live stream is already over. Go ahead and ask me any question, anything you want to know, fish related, about myself, anything, any question, anything you're curious about, you know, me or the channel of fish, snails, whatever it is. Feel free to ask me. Meanwhile, while you guys send me any questions and answer it, I just want to say thank you. You know, I'm really happy with this channel. I just started 3 months ago, and already going over 100 subscribers. That means a lot to me. I have videos over 6,000 views, so that really keep me going, and that really tells me that you guys really like the content. I'm trying to improve the content too, so please feel free to give any feedback in any of my videos, any of the message, or something you guys would like to see that I didn't talk about yet. Please say it. I know it's a lot of fish out there that I didn't do care guys yet. We are going to do it. I have a lot of content coming up. I have tours. I recently went to one of the fish stores here in Washington State, and it was awesome. I'm gonna release soon that fish store tour, and also I'm gonna start doing these live streams. I'm gonna try once a week, and also I'll be in Facebook on JR Aquarium on Facebook. I will be doing the Spanish version of this stream over there. So if you're a Spanish speaker, feel free to go to my Facebook, JR Aquarium, and I will be doing a live stream over there um, in Spanish. I don't know the day yet, what day I'm gonna start, what day I'm gonna do that Spanish live stream, but it's coming up soon. Also, I'm gonna keep doing the same here, my Spanish videos and English video. So if you are a Spanish speaker, don't feel like I left you guys behind. No, like that's my first language, anyways. I'm pretty sure you guys know I have an accent, so my first language is Spanish. So I will keep doing more Spanish content as well. But live streams in YouTube will be in English. All my live streams will be in English in YouTube, and will be Spanish in Facebook. But if you are an English speaker and you want to go to my Facebook, hey, you are more than welcome. You can message us and we will answer any question you have. Or if you want to do anything at all, whatever you want to like, they want to do an interview, let's do collaboration. I want to do a video with you. Hey, I'm open to all offers. And the same, or you have a product, something that you're starting, like a brand or anything fish related or pretty much aquatic related, hit me up. Send me a message, send me an email, and I'm more than happy to do videos with you guys, collaborations, or if you guys want to send me any videos about your fish and I can use them for the care guys, I'm more than welcome to, and happy to use all those of your contents. All right, so I don't see any questions. I'm gonna be here for a few minutes. I'm trying to be at least an hour. That's the goal. Do an hour live stream, so that way I don't go too long, not too short. So please feel free to ask any questions. And if you just got in here into the stream, we just discussed about who are we, why we do this. I talk about how I start. I talk about JR Aquarium and or inspiration, and we discuss about shrimps. If you have any question about any type of fish, please go ahead now and type it into the live chat, and I'm more than happy to answer that question. Like I said, this is our first live stream ever. This is our first time doing the live stream, but I will try to do this weekly with different topics. You know, this week it was more talking about us, who we are as a JR Aquarium, who I was, who I am, blah blah blah, and shrimps. Next week, let's say we're gonna talk about African cichlids, just for to use an example, or we're gonna talk about angelfish. So if you guys want to see us, oh, that's another thing. If you guys want me to talk something specific, please comment down below or hit me up and let me know what you want me to discuss. Because one of the reasons why I'm doing the streams is the interaction. I'm trying to also interact with you guys, you know, talk to you guys. If you have any question, giving you guys this chance to go ahead and talk to me or ask me, instead of just me doing the videos and just talking, you know, about the care guide or something. Now I have the chance to meet you guys, talk with you guys, and I'm really happy to be here. Now while we're waiting here, see if you have any questions. I want to try something. Okay, yep, let's see, is it working? Yes, it's working. Alright, let's see. The subscriber. Yeah, I was trying to try the new stuff that I put in the stream, like the animations and donations, so I was making sure that all those were working. Alright, so trying to see what we can talk while we, like I said, I'm using this time to see if you guys have any questions. This is the time that I'm here to ask any question you guys have, and if you guys see this video later, this live stream later, I will answer them in the comment section, and to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answer, I will do the research and I will promise you I will get back to you. But I'm pretty how I say, I'm pretty. I won't say cocky, but I'm pretty. I don't know what word to use. See, I forgot how to talk. Confident. That's the word. I'm pretty confident about my knowledge in the fish topics. I don't know everything. I didn't try anything. I didn't keep every species, but I'm pretty good with the fish topics and my experience. Well, since it's no questions or anything, I'm gonna finish this live stream. I'm gonna use this time to thank you all once again, even if you're watching this replay of this live stream. Please expect more of this. I will keep doing more live streams with you guys. I'm trying to interact with you guys, talk to you guys. And if you are new to the channel and this is your first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can ring the bell, and when it say all, hit all, so you will get notification every time we upload a new video. And I just sound like how I say all my videos, yes, just like that. But I'm so automatic that it goes that way. But for real, I'm really thank you for you guys, for your support. And please ask me any question you guys have anytime. Don't feel like you're gonna bother me, not at all. That's what I'm here for. And this is my time to spend, sometimes with you guys, and pretty much you guys get to know me, and I also get able to interact with you guys. Alrighty, so this is all for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. I have a pretty good time. I'm happy to see people from South Africa, from London, all over the world, stopping by and saying hi. I really appreciate you guys. So more videos coming up. See you guys in the next one.
Just us. Yeah. Hey, Juanma, yeah. Pide que hay. Hola, ¿qué tal? Aunque no lo creas, sabe que la conozco bien y sé de qué pata cojea, que es toda una fiera, lo que me gusta de usted. Que se vive intenso, un perreo suave.